Ladies and gentlemen, moms and dads, welcome to our 2021 Hydrangea Albright play. I must say it warms my heart, and I can say on behalf of the students, all that are back there, we are just so incredibly excited and bubbly to have you guys tonight. It is our final show, and it is all boiled down to this. We're so excited. If I may brag on the students that are just on the other side of this wall for just a quick second, they've been working their tails off for the last 10 weeks, just preparing and memorizing and getting into their characters, and they've put on so much hard work. And I must say, the amount of growth and what they've done all together has just been amazing. I am incredibly proud of them. I'm really excited for you guys to share that same level of pride for the students that are on the other side of this wall. They have done such a great job and such great work. And it is such a blessing to be able to be here after not being able to have a play last year. So with that, I ask you guys, sit back, enjoy, be the incredibly supportive audience that I know that you are. And one way that you can be supportive is, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and pull out your phone and put it on silent for us. If you wouldn't mind, make sure no dings or no rings tonight. We ask that you don't do any flash photography. A couple of special thank yous. We have a special thank you for Ms. Rachel back there who's helping us with sound. And thank you so much. And lights. We also have a special thank you for Mr. Sai, who's actually going to be recording us in this performance tonight. So thank you so much, all volunteers. A quick program note. Miss Becca, one of our lovely students, is not able to be here tonight, so the role of police officer tonight will be played by Mr. Wyatt. The role of fishing kid number 1 will be played by Miss Grace. And the role of Miss White, the librarian, will be played by our very own Miss V, our Valley Christian librarian. Thank you so much. With that, let us pray. Father God, thank you so much for blessing us with this incredible journey of the last 10 weeks where friendships, relationships were built, Lord God, and you've just grown us and giving us this opportunity to come together and do something amazing and big, all in your name. So Father, may this be a night where we glorify you. May this be a night where we are blessed with the hard work that your students and your children have done. I pray, would you be with the sound, would you be with the lights, would you be with the actors and the performers tonight, and would you be with us as an audience, Lord God. Would you make your presence known, Lord, and may this all be glorifying to you and to your name. Father God, we love you. We thank you for all that you've done, and it is in your name that we pray. Amen. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, Hydrangea Albright.
Stop, because I'm having a good time, I'm moving through the sky like a dragon, defying the force of gravity. I'm passing by, like whoa, there's no stopping me. Stop by itself. Hey, I didn't know anyone was here. There's not a play scheduled for right now, is there? Yeah. I figured just as much, unfortunately. I'll be right back. Yes! Told you there was no play. Oh! There it is. The story of Hydrangea Albright, scheduled for right now. Oh boy, we have a little problem with that one. That play hasn't been written yet. Yeah, very, very nice. But don't panic. I'll see if I can get the theater manager on the phone. Hey, Miss Sullivan. Yeah, it's me, the janitor, from the theater. Yeah, well, you need to send a playwright down here right away. It's an emergency. The audience is here for the play, and there's no script. Whew, thank you, sir. Bye, sir. Said I'll get a playwright down here right away. I'm sure it'll be any minute now. Sports teams, eh? Dodgers. Insert generic sports team here. Anyone know any jokes? Oh. Nah. Wonderful. Gee, I don't know. I've never heard that one before. You know, I'm just the janitor here, but I've always wanted to be in a play. To sweep or not, that is the question. Whether it is nobler to do thy work, or to entertain thee with my talents.
And what are you doing? I was told you needed a playwright.
Oh, yes! I'm so glad to see you, sir.
Of course you are, for I am only the greatest living writer on this continent, or any other continent for that matter. I was told you needed a play to be written. Do you have the notes?
Oh, yes, sir. The notes for the play are right here. It's the story of a young girl named HYDRANGEA ALBRIGHT. Her family is cursed with bad luck. You can take it any direction you want.
HYDRANGEA ALBRIGHT. I see this story as a tragedy. It's a sad, sad tale of missed opportunities and hopelessness. It's sadder than life itself. It's sadder than a new day without the sun.
Wow, this guy's quite the downer.
It's sadder than a puppy in the store window that no one wants. It's sadder than... I do believe it's now time for you to leave.
Yes, sir. Good luck with the play, sir.
Writing has nothing to do with luck. It's about talent. It's about capturing the disappointment of life in words. Let us begin. Young HYDRANGEA was a plain girl, an ordinary girl, with extraordinary bad luck. Look at this sad, dejected girl's face. Her agonizing years of existence represented one failure after another. Her life was the pinnacle of...
I'm here! Oh my goodness, there was so much traffic. Woo! I love your shoes! Oh my goodness, where did you get them? Sorry. Good to know, good to know, good to know. I feel like I know you. Do I know you? I don't remember where. Anyway, I'm so sorry, but don't I look fabulous? Yeah! Great crowd. Have you guys heard the one about the duck and the pizza? No? Oh my goodness. You're going to love this one. Okay, so there's this duck, and he walks into a restaurant.
Excuse me. I am a playwright, and I am in the middle of telling the tragic tale of HYDRANGEA ALBRIGHT.
Well, that's funny because I too am a playwright, and this theater hired me to write a play about HYDRANGEA ALBRIGHT. Looks like they double booked. Maybe we could work together on this one.
Preposterous. I only work alone.
Let me see the notes. HYDRANGEA ALBRIGHT. I see this story as a comedy.
Ridiculous. It's a tragedy.
Nope, this is definitely a comedy. It's an uplifting, sometimes funny story of a young girl who learns to make the best of every situation.
Give me those notes back. You have no right to come onto this stage and ruin my brilliant, tragic play. Now, remove yourself from this stage.
I will not! And, by the way, it's a comedy!
No, it's a tragedy.
It's a comedy!
Tragedy!
Comedy!
Hey,
Tragedy!
stop that! Hey, stop that! Bad, right? Bad! Now I think you two are gonna have to work together on this one. You are both being paid by this theater to write the story of Hydrangea Albright. So start writing it. Do I make myself clear? Uh-huh. Don't make me come back out here with the broom.
I still see it as a comedy.
No, it's not. Watch and learn from a master writer. As I was saying, bad luck was in Hydrangea's blood. Blood that flowed back 4 generations to her great-great-grandfather, Harley Albright I.
Who was an incredible architect and a noble man.
Extra, extra, read all about Harley Albright, Top's list of America's premier architects of 1923. Mayor commissions Albright to design the new courthouse and the Hopeville School.
Not only were his architectural accomplishments in Hopeville, but around the world as well. Harley designed buildings for kings and emperors and had a reputation for being a kind and honest man. His work made him rich, and he often received valuable gifts for his incredible designs, including the famed jewel Anastasia.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Harley Albright does it again. Builds architectural wonder for Queen. Albright receives Jewel of Anastasia as a gesture of Her Majesty's extreme gratitude. The jewel is estimated to be worth millions and has magical powers.
Yes, such as the power to put a curse on one's son and his descendants.
Why would Harley put a curse on his own family?
Before you rush to judgment, you should meet Harley's son, Harley Albright II.
Father, I need more money. My son, I've been giving you money year after year. You're a grown man. It's time that you get a job.
But why? You have plenty of money. I'll just spend more of yours.
My son, I have arranged for you to help me design buildings, or go to a college of your choice. It's the 1920s, and there are opportunities all around us.
But I don't need a job because I'm your only offspring. Dad, you're getting pretty old. It's only a matter of time before your fortune becomes my fortune. Harley gave his son many chances.
But he was always disappointed. His son was a mean and selfish person.
Woohoo! Party at Dad's place. Free food and free drinks at the Harley Albright First Mansion. This party's gonna be awesome. Woohoo!
At the end of the elder Harley's life, he lay sick and dying.
He was hoping that his son would come and care for him.
But tragically, he did not.
Harley the First deeply desired to see some goodness in his son.
But there wasn't any goodness in the younger Harley. The father had much wealth, but also great sadness because of his son.
Finally, when the end was near, his son visited him. Father, I'm here for my inheritance.
My son, you have disappointed me greatly. It is because of your selfish, greedy behavior that I have decided to leave all my wealth, all my fortune, every last penny, to charity.
No! No! Charity!
Because of your behavior, I have decided decided to use the power of the jewel of Anastasia to curse you and our descendants to a life of misfortune and bad luck until you learn to be kind.
Thanks a lot, Dad. You're just a cruel old man.
Poor Harley the First died. His son had broken his heart.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Harley Albright dies and donates entire fortune to charity. Son receives nothing. Jewel of Anastasia, unaccounted for.
And thus the curse began. It haunted poor Harley II throughout his entire unlucky and miserable life.
Except for one bright spot. Harley II did have a son, Harley III. I said he did have a son, Harley III.
Who lived such an unfortunate life? We don't even have an actor to play his part. All you need to know is that the curse flowed through him and was alive and strong in each succeeding generation of Albrights, who each seemed to be cursed with bad luck worse than the last.
I must say, it's not always clear if luck is bad or good.
It's clearly bad luck when it has to do with an Albright.
I disagree. Look at how Hydrangea's mother and father met. Hydrangea's parents met in high school. Hydrangea's father, Harley Albright IV, was a second-string kick returner in the Hopeville School football team. Vanessa Albright, Vanessa Martin at the time, was a tuba player in the school marching band. Hopeville was up by 5 points with only 2 seconds left in the game. All they needed to do was successfully catch the kickoff and they would win the game.
But the hometown crowd became as concerned as a turkey in November when Harley IV was put in the game for the final play.
As the ball sailed through the air, Harley was preparing to catch it. At the same time, the band started playing their victory song, and Vanessa was preparing to play her tuba solo.
But just then, the skies opened up and it began to pour rain. The football was wobbling in the air like a fighter jet that had been hit.
Harley was determined to catch it.
But Mother Nature was about to further intervene in Harley's attempted glory. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning struck Vanessa's tuba, sending her stumbling towards the field. At the same time, the flash from the lightning temporarily blinded Harley, just as the football hit his hands. And his momentum hurled him towards the sidelines. Instantly, Vanessa and Harley met in a crash, giving one another a few bruised ribs, a black eye, a few chipped teeth, and a slight concussion. The first thing Harley saw when he lifted his head was the other team scoring the winning touchdown.
No! The next thing they saw was true love!
Whoa, what happened?
I don't know, are you alright?
I think so. Wow, you're cute.
Thanks. You're not too bad yourself.
My name's Harley.
I'm Vanessa.
Sorry about your tuba, Vanessa.
Oh, that's all right. I'd really rather play something smaller, like maybe the triangle or the harmonica.
Yes, fumbles, lightning, and minor wounds may seem bad at first, but as a result of this incident, Vanessa and Harley met, fell in
Albright wedding is not an occasion for celebration. A helmet would be more appropriate than a tie.
It was a glorious day for a wedding. As the guests arrived,
A smoke from a nearby wildfire drifted into the wedding party.
but as soon as it cleared up, the sun shone brightly upon them.
We are gathered here today for the marriage of Vanessa Martin and Harley Albright IV. Marriage is a contract based on patience. As I was saying, marriage is a contract based on patience.
Sorry. I think I got it under control now.
We'll try again. Marriage is a contract based on patience. Woman, will you please stop those infernal hiccups? Let's just skip to the important part. Does anyone have a reason why these two shouldn't be married? If so, speak now or forever hold your peace.
What's happening?
Why is everything shaky?
Earthquake!
I think it's a big one.
I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Oh, they look so happy. Weddings always make me cry.
You are a romantic fool. But shall we continue?
Okay.
And, like an uninvited guest in search of free food, the bad luck followed them to the wedding reception.
Everybody warned me about your family's bad luck, but I'm just so happy.
Me too.
Oh, look, they're bringing out the cake. The cake is beautiful.
It must have taken hours to put in such detail.
Whoa, look out!
Take the cake!
Oh no!
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry about the cake. These things happen. Look, here's the band. Let's just dance. Band, please play our song.
All right, a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're always off one beat. I don't know why I would join this lousy band.
Not this again. Well, you never let me write any of our songs.
That's because your songwriting is just as bad as your drumming.
Not as bad as your breath. Ever hear of a toothbrush? You two are always fighting. I'm done with this band.
I'm not gonna say it's just me and Mr. Rhythmless. I quit too.
You know what? My mom wanted me to be a dermatologist anyway. Whatever that is. This is the worst wedding I've ever been to.
Yeah, no cake and no music. I'm going home.
The wedding was a disaster, and Vanessa and Harley were left alone to start their cursed lives together.
But they didn't really care about the earthquake, the drop cake, or the feuding musicians. They were just happy to be married and would dance together with or without music.
Oh, come on! You call yourself a writer? They would dance together with or without music. I think I might just vomit right here on this very stage. Let us move to the birth of Hydrangea. was relentless. Sleepless nights, never-ending, ear-piercing crying, diapers everywhere, spit up on the floor, crying, and more crying. It was truly the worst of times.
Are you finished?
The crying, oh, the crying, so much crying.
Stop! Let's see.
She's beautiful. What should we name her?
How about hydrangea?
Perfect!
Our beautiful little hydrangea.
I see great things in our little hydrangea's future. The string of Harleys is finally broken.
Yes, nothing but good luck and fortune for our little flower.
Now the Albrights were a happy family of 3.
But there was a dark cloud over this family. A cloud as dark as a black jelly bean dropped in fresh tar. Hydrangea's early years showed the strength of her great-great-grandfather's curse. Hydrangea's parents had hoped the curse would not continue with her, but it did.
When she was 5 years old, Hydrangea received a puppy.
Wow, a puppy! This is the greatest. I'll name him Lucky.
But Lucky tragically ran away and was never seen again.
There was that wonderful summer of fishing at Reflection Lake.
Looks like those people there are catching lots of fish.
Whoa! I caught another one!
That's the 8th fish we've caught today.
This lake has the best fishing.
I know, it's like the fish just want to be caught. You just put your line in, and before you know it, there's a fish on your line.
Don't worry. Look out! Whoa! Would you look at that?
Dad, it's a boot.
But it's a nice boot. Maybe we'll catch another one and we'll have a pair. Or maybe we'll catch the socks. I think you have one.
This one feels an awful lot like a big one. Dad, my fish looks an awful lot like a tire.
Let's just order takeout from Freddy's Fish Shack.
It's so sad when a father takes his child fishing and only catches junk. Of course, they also caught strep throat, and a wicked case of poison ivy, and...
But when Hydrangea was 7 years old, her father spent weeks building her a terrific treehouse. She couldn't have been happier.
It's finally finished.
Dad, the treehouse is perfect. Thank you. What's that falling from the sky?
I'm not sure, but it's huge. And it's gonna fall right here. Run!
But, tragically, a piece of space junk from the International Space Station fell to Earth and landed on Hydrangea's newly completed treehouse. Destroying it completely.
No matter what happened, little Hydrangea continued to smile and hope for the best.
Our little girl just keeps on going.
She's a true Albright.
You can't keep an Albright down.
We'll see about that.
For Hydrangea's 8th birthday party, they had a fabulous beach party planned. It was August, and there would be swimming and fun in the warm sun.
Mommy, what is this?
It's snowing. It's snowing hard. Everyone back to the car.
You made it snow in August?
I thought it was a nice touch.
Well, her 8th birthday party might not have gone as planned, but Christmas was always a special
special time in the Albright family.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
I don't feel so good.
Hydrangea, you have spots all over your face and your arms. Our little girl has chicken pox.
I think we've seen enough of this tragic family.
Oh, you are such a cynic. I still see this story as a comedy, and I'm sure there's light at the end of this dark tunnel.
I think that light is an oncoming train. And poor Hydrangea is tied to the tracks.
Here we are in present time. Young, sweet Hydrangea
Has turned into the most feared creature on earth. An adolescent with a bad attitude. A teenager.
Hi, honey. Good morning, darling.
The bad luck didn't seem to bother Hydrangea's parents. They remained optimistic and made the best of every situation.
Hydrangea, however, was a different story.
Good morning, sunshine.
I doubt it's gonna be a good morning. Why would you say something so dumb? It's never a good morning in this house.
Why the pessimism, my beautiful little flower? Look, your father made your favorite scrambled eggs. Yum!
And I put extra cheese on them just the way you like. Honey, can you pass the pepper so I can spice up our little girl's breakfast?
Sure.
Sorry.
That's what I expected.
No problem. I'll clean up the eggs.
Hey, this cereal box has a prize in it. Great, very motoring. That's promising. Maybe it will be able to determine if my mood is utter anger or extreme frustration.
Honey, today's your big day.
I know, it's my Olympic luge trials.
The luge?
You know, the little sled thing that goes down the mountain at breakneck speed?
No.
I'm sure you're great. Just think, we may have an Olympic athlete in the family.
Mom, you're so embarrassing. You try a different thing every week. Why can't you just give up this ridiculous idea of going fast and get a real job like a normal mom?
It's great that your mother is always following her dreams.
Thank you, darling. You know, ever since that lightning hit my tuba, I just wanted to go fast. It's like the charge sped up my molecules or something. I just always wanted to go fast. And I know that being an astronaut didn't really work out. But I really think this luge thing could be for me.
Yeah, Mom sure does follow her dreams.
Right off a cliff!
Cut! I thought we agreed not to talk about your mother's hang gliding incident anymore.
It's alright. It was just a little accident. Half a dozen broken bones. But I'm sure that bald eagle I hit is fine by now.
Whatever. There's no prize in this cereal box. No lousy mood ring. Of course, we got the one cereal box with no prize. This family has the worst luck. I can't take it anymore.
Let's just turn on the TV and see if there's any good news going on in the world today.
Fuel prices have skyrocketed. The stock market is down to record lows. Unemployment is rapidly rising. War and famine are prevalent all across the world. Global warming is
Okay, let's
increasing.
change the channel.
In local news, a clue service regarding the famous lost jewel of Anastasia.
Hey, isn't that your great-great-grandfather's jewel?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the jewel that's the source of this dreaded curse and all of my bad luck.
A piece of a diary entry from the accountant of the late great architect Harley Albright I has been discovered. The torn page was discovered in the attic of a house. He describes how Albright's accountant took the jewel and hid it somewhere at the corner of Main and Scenic. The page is ripped so the exact location is not divulged. Experts believe that the jewel must be somewhere at the corner of Main Street and at the old courthouse at the corner of Main Street and Scenic Drive. The jewel has been missing for more than 75 years, and when Albright died, he left his entire estate to a variety of charities, but the mysterious jewel was never accounted for.
Wow. Well, I'm off to work.
How can you just go to work? We've got to find the jewel.
What would I do with a jewel? I already have everything I want. A beautiful wife, a lovely daughter, a nice house,
With a little cereal on the floor.
with a little cereal on the floor. What more could a guy want?
But Dad, we could break the curse.
That silly thing, it's not worth my time. I'll see you later. There's insurance to be sold. Just a coincidence.
I don't care what he says. This family's cursed. The curse is not always what it seems to be.
I'll just talk about it later, dear. I'm gonna be late for my Olympic luge trials. Oh, please lock the door before you leave for school.
Bad luck and crazy parents sure seems like a curse to me. I'm gonna find that jewel. Oh no, I'm late for school.
For Hydrangea, school was like home. It was filled with one unfortunate event after another. There were broken lockers, dropped food trays, missing backpacks, untimely gas attacks, sudden outbreaks of acne.
However, there was one place where Hydrangea did feel special. That place was in her third period science class. It wasn't because she particularly liked science. It was because of her teacher, Mrs. Blythe. Mrs. Blythe seemed to glow as she walked into the room. She made Hydrangea feel special. Everything was okay in the world when she was in her science class.
Hi, Mrs. Blythe. Good morning, Hydrangea.
In Mrs. Blythe's class, the students took care of a flower garden. And unlike the Albright's garden, the plants actually grew. Mrs. Blythe had one fabulous activity planned after another. And Hydrangea loved being in her class. On this day,
The unthinkable happened. Mrs. Blythe made a surprising announcement to the class.
Class has some exciting news. Are we going to work on the flower garden today?
Did the butterflies hatch?
I know. We're going on a science field trip.
No.
This news is a little more personal. Are you ready? I'm gonna have a baby.
What? No way.
Really? See, I told you she wasn't just getting fat. It only $5.
Wow. Mrs. Blythe is going to be a mom. That's so cool.
I think you should name your baby after me. Aw, I'll think about it, Glorpenheimer. We haven't really thought about a name yet, but when the baby is born, I'll be sure to bring he or she in to see all of you. There is some disappointing news to all of this, though. Our doctor wants me to take some time away from teaching. How much time, Mrs. Weiss? When are you leaving? Unfortunately, I have to say goodbye today. I should be back in the fall, though. Principal Periwinkle will show you your new substitute teacher. Good luck, my wonderful students.
Goodbye, Mrs. Blythe.
We'll miss you. Send us a picture of the baby.
And like a balloon floating up into the sky, Mrs. Blythe disappeared from Hydrangea's life.
Mrs. Blythe is gone. What could possibly be worse than this?
Good morning, class.
Good morning, Principal Periwinkle.
I would like to introduce you to your new science teacher, Miss Lurie. Now, it's very hard to find substitute teachers, so please treat her with respect.
Oh, I don't think behavior will be a problem in my class.
Alrighty then, carry on. And let's learn some science.
Okay, let's learn a little bit about me. I don't like kids. You're loud. You ask dumb questions. You take a perfectly clean and organized class and mess it up. Actually, I don't even like teaching. I took this position because I got fired from my last job as a prison guard. And whatever you heard is not true. I didn't start that fight, okay? Now, let's hear a little bit about you guys. Nah, let's not. I don't really care who you are. Let's just start with some mindless, busy reading. Take out your textbooks.
Mrs. Lurie, we didn't really use our textbooks that much. I don't even know where they are.
Yeah, I think they might be in those cabinets over there.
Yeah, Mrs. Blythe had to do lots of great things, like playing.
I don't want to hear about Miss Blythe. She's gone, and I'm your teacher now. You, what's your name?
Hydrangea.
That's perfect. I want you and your goofy flower name to go outside and pull up all the flowers. Flowers are nothing but glorified allergy-causing weeds. Now the rest of you will find those textbooks and open chapters 1 through 27. There will be a test on it tomorrow.
So poor Hydrangea pulled up all the flowers in Mrs. Blythe's garden, but with each flower she pulled, she grew more and more determined to undo her family's curse.
Not if I can help it.
Meanwhile, Hydrangea's parents saw their day as a new opportunity.
Yes, a new opportunity for failure and defeat. It's safe to say that Hydrangea's mother did not qualify for the Olympics as a luge rider.
I think I would have made it if it wasn't for that tree branch.
But she enjoyed the experience of flying down the side of the mountain.
Yeehaw! Sure was great while it lasted. Felt like a rocket. Hey, that gives me an idea.
On the other side of town, Hydrangea's father arrived at work. Harley IV worked for the Expect the Unexpected insurance company, and the unexpected was about to happen.
Good morning, Mr. Albright.
Good morning, it is Miss Franklin.
Hold on a minute. Hello? Expect the Unexpected Insurance Company, Martha speaking. You say a piece of broken luge hit you while you were watching the Olympic luge trials? The last thing you heard was a woman yelling, "Yeehaw, I love going fast"?
Sounds like my lovely Vanessa's at it again.
Okay. I found the paperwork. You have a great day too. Goodbye. Wow, you sure get some strange claims here. Oh, I almost forgot. Mr. Wellington would like to see you in his office. You could go right in.
Wow, the boss wants to see me. Maybe I'm up for a promotion, or even a raise. Our family sure could use the money.
Good luck, Harley.
Mr. Albright?
Good morning, Mr. Wellington. What can I do for you?
Mr. Albright, you've been a good employee for the past 10 years, but our company has decided to make some changes. I'm sorry to say, but we're letting you go.
Okay. This is disappointing, but I'll try to make the best of it. Thank you, sir.
Good luck, Mr. Albright.
So Harley left his job a beaten man.
But he held his head high and knew that when one door closes, another door will open.
He'd better hope that door doesn't lead to an open elevator shaft.
As Harley walked down the street, he passed a music store.
Whoa, look at those guitars. I've always wanted to be a guitar player and play the blues.
Harley eagerly walked in. Eagerly. Meanwhile, on the other side of Hopeville, Hydrangea wanted to see what was happening in the search for the Jewel of Anastasia. So she walked downtown to the old courthouse on the corner of Main Street and Scenic Drive.
But when she arrived, she found the building roped off and guarded by a police officer.
Excuse me, young lady. You're not able to go in there.
I want to look for the jewel.
No, only professionals of the museum are allowed in that building. They are carefully searching every single square inch to find the jewel. I'm sorry, but you can't go in there.
Hydrangea wanted to tell the police officer that she was a direct descendant of the great architect Harley Albright I. She wanted to say that she, more than anyone, needed the jewel to end the curse. But she knew it was no use. She knew the police officer would never understand. And soon, the jewel would be found, put in a museum, and be out of her reach. Solemnly, she began the long walk home to continue her cursed, miserable life.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for being such a great audience. I hope you enjoyed the first act of our show. We'd like to invite you now to step into the hallway for a time of refreshments and chatting a little bit. We'll take about 15 minutes and then we'll gather in for the second half. So go enjoy. Thank you.
That evening, the Albright family gathered for dinner.
Hydrangea, how's the little flower doing?
Don't talk to me.
Okay. Hi, honey.
Hi, darling. How was your day?
I got fired, but overall, it was a pretty good day.
Dad, you got fired?
Don't worry, I've got it all figured out. That job wasn't really for anyhow. I have a new plan.
What?
I'm gonna be a blues singer.
That's fantastic. No, Dad, that's ridiculous. You don't even know how to play the guitar.
That's why I bought this book. Blues for Idiots.
How are you going to make money playing the blues?
I'm not sure, but I have a good feeling about this.
Me too.
I'll talk about me, and we haven't even asked your mother how the Olympic blues trials went.
Let's just say there's one less tree in the world because of my little fluid incident. But not to worry, I'm done with the Olympics for now. Oh, thank goodness. I'm gonna be a NASCAR driver! Are you kidding? No, I'm completely serious. Can't you see me driving on the track at 200 miles per hour? No?
Yes, I can see it.
I'll be passing people on the left and passing people on the right, and the wind will be rushing through my hair, and I'll cross the finish line in victory! You're both completely nuts. I'm sure tomorrow you will be a circus clown, and you will be a trapeze acrobat.
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, the trapeze. I kind of like that. We are a cursed family, and you two are so crazy, you don't even notice the bad luck that is all around us. Hydrangea's parents went to console her. Hydrangea?
But Hydrangea didn't want to talk to them.
Go away. I just want to be alone right now.
I'll play a blues song.
No. While in her room, Hydrangea began looking through a family photo album. She was searching for a clue as to what happened to the jewel. Break her, Grandpa. I will break your curse.
Hydrangea's parents were terribly worried about their daughter.
What are we going to do?
But they they knew she would work through it.
She'll be all right. She's an Albright. Honey, you're right. Everything always works out for us Albrights. Hey, I think I have a new idea for a blues song.
While Harley practiced his blues, Vanessa worked on her NASCAR driving by taking the family station wagon out for a drive.
First gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. Yeehaw!
Hey! You just ran over my mailbox! What do you think you're doing? Driving out good enough? I should call the police and have you arrested. You are a menace to society.
I'm sorry, Mr. Henderson.
You should be.
I'll have Harley fix it later, I promise, but I gotta go. First gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. Yellow light, speed up. Yeehaw!
Meanwhile, Harley practiced his blues.
I've got the bad luck blues. I'm feeling so blue, so blue, so blue, blue, blue. The boss man, he said, you've got no job. It's also sad to make a romance of, but I'm alright. So it's alright. I've got the bad luck blues. I'm feeling so blue, so blue, so blue, blue, blue. Flying down the track with my wife. Got the family skirts. Maybe I moved to Baton Rouge, but I'm alright. So it's alright. I've got the bad luck blues. Feeling so blue, so blue, so blue, blue,
Over the next few days, Hydrangea spent all of her free time in the school library. She was determined to find out where the jewel of Anastasia might be. She looked in local history books, studied town maps, and even looked through newspaper articles.
Tragically, poor Hydrangea found no helpful information.
At the same time, the jewel of Anastasia had still not been found.
The old courthouse at the corner of Main Street and Scenic Drive has been thoroughly searched for the jewel of Anastasia, but still not been found. Some experts believe that the diary entry that led to the search was a hoax.
Hydrangea clung to hope. And for a girl who believed she was cursed, hope is something worth hanging on to.
There's gotta be a clue somewhere that I'm overlooking. I can't seem to get a break. I have the worst luck.
Well, I have worked in this library for over 40 years, and I don't think I've ever seen a student work as hard as you are. If you don't mind me asking, what are you working on?
It doesn't matter. All this work is for nothing.
Oh, I see. You think you have bad luck, and that life has dealt you an uncertain set of cards? Is that right?
I don't just have bad luck. I have the worst luck, and I'm cursed.
Well, I don't know much about curses, but I've lived long enough to know that luck isn't always what it seems to be.
Mrs. White, you're nice, but what's your point?
Well, what's my point? Let me tell you a story. I'm a librarian and I love to tell stories.
You know, I really don't think I have the time.
Well, yes, you do. You've been a little sassy tonight, young lady, and I think you need to hear my story. Are you ready?
And before Hydrangea could protest further, the wise librarian started telling her story.
A long time ago, in a village far, far away, there lived a simple farmer. And this farmer, he lived there with his son.
Son, please fetch the horses.
Yes, Father.
But when the son returned, he had some terrible news.
Father, our horse is gone.
Their only horse had run away. A neighbor was passing by and noticed what had happened.
Kind farmer, I heard the terrible news. I'm so sorry your horse is gone. What bad luck.
But the farmer's response surprised the neighbor.
Bad luck, you say? We'll see.
Several days later, the horse returned and brought with him 5 wild horses. The neighbor could hardly believe the farmer's good fortune.
This is great. Not only did your horse return, we have 5 more horses. You're one lucky man.
Good luck, you say? We'll see.
The farmer's response once again puzzled the neighbor. But a few days later, the son tried to ride one of the new wild horses. The son was thrown from the untamed horse and broke his leg.
Father, I broke my leg.
Once again, the neighbor witnessed this event.
Kind farmer, I am so sorry that tragedy has struck your family. It was terrible luck that his son has broken his leg.
Thank you for the concern, but bad luck, you say? We'll see.
Now, the neighbor was sympathetic, but she was beginning to get a little frustrated by the response of the farmer. But she started to see the wisdom when one day a knight of the king rode into the village.
I am a knight in your majesty's army. We need more soldiers. I am here to call into service all young men to fight for the king.
I have but one son, and as you can see, his leg is broken.
Oh!
When the knight saw the broken leg, he passed by and left.
That was lucky.
Lucky, you say? We'll see.
As the final words of the wise librarian's voice rang in Hydrangea's ear, she started to see the world a little bit differently.
You know, my parents are a lot like the farmer in the story. They don't see it as bad luck. They just see it as life. They try to enjoy each moment and make the best of every situation.
Wait. I can't let you do this. It's not believable. The wise librarian tells a story, and all of a sudden everything is fine.
It could happen that way.
No. I think that when the librarian finishes her story, Hydrangea says,
That farmer has lousy luck like me. One difference is he's too dumb to notice it.
We'll see, Hydrangea. I do hope you find what you're looking for.
and the librarian started to walk out.
But before she did, she said,
Oh, I forgot. I have to bring these books to the classroom at the end of Main Street Hall.
What did you say?
Oh, I said I have to deliver these books.
No, you said Main Street. Don't you mean the main hall?
Oh, oops. Slip of the tongue, getting old. When I was a young librarian many years ago, the school hallways would have the exact same names as the streets in town. There was Main Street Hall and many others. Oh, so long ago. And you know, Hydrangea, this school building was one of the last buildings your famous great-great-grandfather ever designed. Good luck, Hydrangea.
Main Street Hall, Main Street Hall. If
If the hallways in the school were named after the streets in town, then the Jewel of Anastasia could be hidden in the school.
Hydrangea looked through the local history books and articles for any information on the jewel.
Tragically, there wasn't any helpful information.
Wisely, Hydrangea decided to look through a book about her famous great-great-grandfather and his architectural designs. In the back of the dusty old book were plans for many of his buildings, including Hydrangea's school.
It's the plans for the school, and the hallways are named after the streets in town. Springfield's Avenue Hall, West Side Street Hall, Scenic Drive Hall. That's it. If Scenic Drive Hall's over here, then Main Street Hall must be outside. I think I remember hearing that part of the school was torn down years ago when it was remodeled. So based on the plans, the original corner of Main and Scenic would be right in the middle of Mrs. Blythe's flower garden. I think the jewel is buried in the garden. Oh no, I have to get back to Mrs. Slurry's class.
Hydrangea skipped the science class, barely able to contain her excitement.
Everyone just sit quietly at your desks. My 5th cup of coffee hasn't kicked in yet, and the last thing I need is to hear your whiny little voices.
Hydrangea couldn't wait to see if the jewel was buried in Mrs. Blythe's flower garden. Quickly, she came up with a plan. She knew that Miss Slurry hated the flower garden. If she pointed out that the flowers had grown back, surely Miss Slurry would send her out to pull them again.
Excuse me, Mrs. Slurry, I really don't want to bother you.
Then why are you speaking?
Well, it's just that a couple of the flowers grew back in the garden, and I was wondering if you wanted me to water them?
Water them? No. I want you to go up there and pull up all the flowers. Get rid of those awful sneeze-inducing things!
Hydrangea worked with the skills of a seasoned thief. She quickly grabbed a small shovel from Mrs. Blythe's garden box. Hydrangea raced outside.
Let's see, Scenic Drive Hall ends there. It hits Main Street Hall and continues out this way. Right in the middle of Mrs. Blythe's flower garden, just as I suspected.
Hydrangea dug and dug, but tragically found nothing.
Then suddenly, her shovel hit something solid.
But before she could find out what it was, Principal Periwinkle walked up to her.
Excuse me, young lady. What are you doing? Shouldn't you be in class?
Working on a science project. It's soil study. Yeah, that's it. We are studying the effects of different soils on the growth of flowers. See? Look how nicely these flowers grow.
You're right, they are nice. Okay, continue with your studies.
And as he turned to walk off, Principal Periwinkle bumped into none other than Miss Slurry.
Watch where you're going next time, you fool! Achoo! Achoo! Get those awful things away from me!
Sorry, Miss Slurry, I was just checking on this student.
Well, she's my student. I think I can handle her. Goodbye, Principal Periwinkle.
Goodbye, Miss Slurry.
Hydrangea, what are you up to, you sneaky little girl? So, the corner of Main and Scenic is here. Is that right?
I'm not really sure. It's just something that I thought up.
Dig!
Hydrangea dug up the item she'd hit with her shovel.
It was an old wooden box. Across the top of the box was writing in a foreign language. She took it out of the ground.
And Miss Slurry snatched it from her.
It's amazing. It's the jewel of Anastasia. And it's mine. And I'm rich. And I quit, too. You are to tell no one this, or I will get you. Do you understand?
Yes.
Mwahaha! I will never have to work as a substitute teacher again!
And then Miss Slurry walked off with the jewel and was never seen again. Hydrangea was left sitting in the dirt, her hopes and dreams as lifeless as the picked flowers.
Stop it! Didn't happen like that at all.
What are you doing to my tragic play?
I'm rewriting that scene.
This is a travesty. Are you going to have the police arrest Miss Slurry?
Nope, I prefer a more romantic solution.
You can't do that.
Watch me. Okay, guys, let's redo the scene from where Hydrangea was digging. Yep, just put the flowers back in the garden, and then put the jewels in there. That's perfect. Okay, this is what actually happened. Then suddenly her shovel hit something solid.
But before she could find out what it was, Principal Periwinkle walked up to her.
Excuse me, young lady. What are you doing? Shouldn't you be in class?
Working on a science project. It's a soil study. That's it. We are studying the effects of different soils on the growth of flowers. See? Look at how nicely these flowers grew.
You're right. They are nice. Okay, continue with your studies.
And as he turned to walk off, Principal Periwinkle bumped into none other than Miss Slurry.
And it was love at first sight!
Watch where you're going next time, you foolishly handsome man.
Sorry, Miss Slurry. I was just checking on this student.
Well, she's my student. I think I can handle her. Are those flowers for me?
Yes. Yes, they are.
Flowers usually make me sneeze, but these seem to like me.
I think I like you too.
Oh, Principal Periwinkle.
Would you like to go get a cup of coffee with me?
Principal Periwinkle, I like to get 5 cups of coffee with you.
Wonderful. Call me Perry.
Okay, Perry. Let's see if the coffee's hot in the faculty room. Hydrangea, go tell the rest of the class that they have a free period. I think I'm in love.
Incredible! Who would believe that Mrs. Slurry would bump into Principal Periwinkle, fall in love, and walk right off just as she was about to catch me?
Definitely not me.
Don't ruin it! So, Hydrangea went back to digging. It's the jewel of Anastasia. I can't believe I found it.
Suddenly, without warning, 2 masked criminals and a clarinet player ran onto the school grounds, determined to steal the jewel.
No, stop! There were no criminals, and there was not a clarinet player. I'm confused. Were there or were there not criminals? There were no criminals, and there were no clarinet players. Now leave. You two! Oh man, our big scene. Me too.
Stop! I have had enough of your syrupy optimism. It is time for us to fight for how this play will end. Life is a tragedy.
No, it's a choice adventure!
getting a little exercise.
Yeah, exercise. It helps with the creativity.
Well, a little exercise is fine as long as you two are still working together and on this play, right?
Yep.
Of course.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Here, I brought you each a glass of water.
Thank you.
Hey, mine's half empty.
Well, that's funny because mine is half full.
All right, you two. Let's finish this play.
Is he gone?
Yep.
Good. Life is a tragedy.
No, it's a choice adventure! Unicorns! Sprinkles! Now, let me finish this story before you live to write another bad signal. Now be funny.
This is as unexpected as 4 flat tires on a newly purchased automobile. No? This is as unexpected as underwear that shrinks when one puts it on. This is as unexpected as Hermie, my pet hamster.
He's a pet hamster named Herbie.
As unexpected as Hermie, my pet hamster, suddenly breaking out of his cage, stealing all of my money, and scampering out of the house while humming Ode to Joy. You've spared my life. I will allow you to continue the story, but I will be watching.
So, Hydrangea had the jewel, but she wasn't sure what to do.
I'm not sure what to do. I never thought I'd actually find the jewel of Anastasia. I know who might be able to help.
Hydrangea rushed to the library to see if Mrs. Blythe, the wise librarian, could help.
Excuse me, Mrs. White, I have a question.
Well, hi, my dear. What is it? How can I help you?
Well, you know the curse my great-great-grandfather put on my family with the jewel of Anastasia?
Yes.
Well, how did you break the curse?
Well, I'm not so sure I even believe in curses.
Well, if you did, if you believed in this one, and let's say you had a jewel.
Well, do you?
Well, no, but if I did, how would I break the curse?
Well, it seems to me that the curse was made to teach a lesson about kindness. So the best way to break the curse might just be an act of kindness. Good luck, Hydrangea. Let me know what you decide. I'm sure you're going to make the right decision.
Hydrangea was still thinking about the jewel and what the librarian had said as she walked through town after school. Suddenly, she figured out what to do.
Help the homeless, help the hungry get a warm meal. All donations appreciated. Help the homeless, help the hungry get a warm meal. All donations appreciated.
Hydrangea looked at the donation bucket.
Great-great-grandpa Harley, this is for you.
Wow. Thank you. Good luck to you.
I hope so. Did the 4 o'clock bus come yet?
Tough luck, just missed it.
Hydrangea wasn't sure if the curse was broken, but she did feel like something had changed. The sun was setting as she walked home thinking about all that had happened. She thought about her great-great-grandfather.
I want you to reach your potential and to be kind.
She thought about her parents, always enjoying life no matter what happened.
May I have the stamps?
Certainly. Hydrangea remembered the farmer in Mrs. White's story.
Man, look, you say, we'll say.
She thought about her science teacher, Mrs. Blythe, and her new baby.
Rock-a-bye, baby, in a treetop. I see great things in your future, my little proton. I wonder if being cursed doesn't have to do with what happens, but more to do with how you see it.
Later that night, Hydrangea continued to feel the curse slip away as she was relaxing and watching TV.
How's your little flower doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Dad.
I'm glad to hear that you're doing good. Is that the news? It looks like the Hopeville Soup Kitchen. Turn up the volume, would you?
People are celebrating at the Hopeville Soup Kitchen tonight after a surprising donation was made earlier today. Someone anonymously donated the famous Jewel of Anastasia. The donation was placed into one of the kitchen's collection buckets. As a result, the kitchen will be making some much appreciated changes to their menu.
Would you like the fresh abalone and sushi salad or the steak and lobster?
I'll have the steak and lobster, please.
There you go.
It's a mystery who the donors are or how he or she obtained the jewel, but one thing is for sure, it was a very kind gesture. The money raised from the sale of this valuable jewel will surely help a lot of people.
Go figure. My great-great-grandpa's jewel was finally found. I wonder who found it.
I don't know. I guess it could be anybody.
Well, I guess you're right. I'm glad it was put to good use, though.
Me too.
Oh, I almost forgot. Tonight is opening mic night at Freddy's Fish Shack, and I want to be prepared with a few more songs. Yeah, so
Hydrangea, have you seen your father? I have some big news.
What is it? Did you qualify for the NASCAR circuit?
It's safe to say I won't be driving that old thing anymore. But I did get a job as a roller coaster test rider. I'll be riding all the biggest and fastest roller coasters to make sure they're safe. Isn't that fantastic?
That's so cool.
I know. I have to go find your father. Harley, I am one lucky girl. And so am I.
That night, Hydrangea slept peacefully and soundly for the first time in as long as she could remember.
Wait, hold on. Alright. I've been watching this play, as you may know, but I still don't get it. Thank you. Was the curse real or was it not?
Maybe it was, or maybe it wasn't.
I still see it as a tragedy. Bad luck, missed opportunities, parents who can't hold down a normal job. And the jewel! Hydrangea gave away a fortune. I believe the curse continues.
You're missing the point. It's clearly a comedy.
Hey, before you two bring your friends out again, why don't you just ask Hydrangea?
I would advise against it. It's never a good idea.
Hydrangea!
Okay.
There you are. So what do you think? Was the play, I mean not the play, the, curse, real or was it imagined?
I'm not sure, but I do know that things changed for me after that day. I now make my own luck, which means it's time for you to leave.
Me? Well, I have never been treated so disrespectfully in all of my years in the theater. My script is brilliant. Brilliant, I tell you. And you will hear from my agent about this mockery, this injustice, this tragedy.
Well, I'm glad he's gone. He was a little on the negative side. Now, you and me, we got something special. No, you need to go too. You're right. I heard there's a new blues singer playing at open mic night at Freddy's Fish Shack. Maybe if I hurry, I can catch the second set. Toodles!
I will write my own future, and it's going to be fabulous.
Well, you can't argue with that.